All right, let's talk about something that's on, well, pretty much everyone's mind, our health. We all say we want to be healthy, right? But have you ever really stopped and asked yourself what that actually means? Today, we're going to tear down some of those old, dusty ideas and build a whole new way of looking at what it means to be truly, vibrantly alive. So let me ask you straight up, just for a second, what pops into your head when you hear the phrase being healthy? Is it about hitting a certain weight, being able to run a 5K, or maybe for a lot of us, it's something way, way simpler? I mean, this is it, isn't it? For so many people, this is the default setting. If you don't have a cold, if the doctor says you're fine, if there's no obvious problem, then you must be healthy. Case closed. Well, what if I told you that's just the tip of the iceberg? Yeah, for the longest time, the whole idea was incredibly black and white. You're either sick or you're healthy. That's it. But our lives today, wow, they're not black and white, are they? We're juggling stress, work, our friends, our family, our own thoughts. Just not having a disease barely scratches the surface of what's really going on. And you know what's wild? This isn't some new age idea we just came up with. Look at this. The World Health Organization put this definition out there all the way back in 1948. And the keywords are just sitting right there. Complete physical, mental, and social well-being. It's about the whole you, not just the parts that show up on a medical chart. Okay, this slide right here, this is the perfect way to think about it. Imagine your health is this wheel. Each of those colorful sections is a spoke, a different crucial part of your life. Now, you could be a total gym rat with a rock-solid physical spoke, but if your mental or social spokes are creaky and weak, the whole wheel's gonna wobble. It's gonna be a bumpy ride. And here are those spokes laid out for us. You've got the one we all think of first, physical, your body. But look at these others. Mental, how you feel. Social, the people in your life. Intellectual, keeping that brain sharp. Spiritual, that feeling of purpose. And even environmental, the space you live in. They're all connected. They all matter. I know, this can all sound a little bit abstract, all these dimensions and spokes. So let me tell you a story. I want to introduce you to someone named Kun Somjai, because he is the perfect real-world example of what this all looks like. Now, if you just looked at his medical file, you'd probably jump to a conclusion pretty fast. He's 70, he's managing diabetes and high blood pressure, so based on that old black and white definition, you'd say he's unhealthy. But you'd be missing the whole picture. This is his personal motto. It's his guiding star. He doesn't let a number from a lab test define his entire life. To him, those numbers are just a reminder to keep things in balance, to focus on everything he can do. And trust me, it's a lot. And look at this. This is how he keeps his wheel rolling smoothly. Physically, he's walking every day and eating well. Mentally, he meditates. Socially, he's out there, connected to his community. He's not trying to be a world-class athlete in any one of these. He's just balancing them all, beautifully. And that's the big lesson here. The point of Kun Somjai's story is that real health isn't about chasing some perfect number. It's about creating a life that's full of quality, full of joy, right where you are. He might have a couple of chronic conditions, but his life is vibrant. That is what health looks like. Feeling a little inspired? I hope so, because now we're going to switch gears. We've talked about the why, so let's get into the how. Let's start building your personal toolkit, starting with that physical spoke. And I promise you, it is so much simpler than you think. First things first, we got to clear something up. There are basically two kinds of fitness. You've got your skill-related stuff, that's for pro athletes, agility, speed, all that. But for the rest of us, the gold mine is in health-related fitness. This is the stuff that lets you carry your groceries, play with your kids, and just feel good in your body every day. And that is 100% our focus. So what's actually in this health-related fitness toolkit? Well, it all boils down to these 5 core building blocks. Think of these as the foundation of your house. If you get these 5 things right, you're building a body that's strong, capable, and ready for anything. So let's run through them real quick. Cardiorespiratory endurance, that's your engine. It's what gets you up the stairs without feeling like you're going to pass out. Muscular strength, that's your 1-rep max, lifting that heavy suitcase into the overhead bin. Muscular endurance is being able to carry that suitcase through a giant airport. Flexibility is what stops you from pulling something when you bend over. And body comp is just the mix of muscle and fat that makes up your body. That's it. Okay, so now we know what to work on, but how do you actually make a plan? Well, there's this fantastic little secret weapon that all the pros use, and it is so easy to remember.
It's called the FITT principle, and it's about to become your new best friend.
FITT. It's an acronym. F is for frequency, how often you do something. I is for intensity, how hard you push. T is for time, how long you go for. And the last T is for type, what kind of activity you're actually doing. See? It takes a fuzzy goal like get in shape and turns it into a real, concrete plan.
And here's what it looks like in real life. Super simple. Frequency, maybe you just walk on weekdays. Intensity, you walk fast enough that you can still talk, but you probably couldn't belt out a song. Time, just 30 minutes a day. And look, you could even split that up. 2 15-minute walks. Done. And type, mix it up. Walk, stretch, do a few squats. It's that easy.
And that's the absolute beauty of this. You don't need a fancy gym membership. You don't need expensive equipment. You just need a plan. And FITT, well, FITT is your plan. It puts you in the driver's seat. So let's bring it all home. From Kun Samjai's story to the simple FITT principle, the message is exactly the same. This journey is not about becoming a perfect, flawless athlete. It's about finding your balance, the unique mix that supports a full, happy, and genuinely healthy life for you. Which leaves us with just one last question to chew on. Take a moment and picture your own wheel of health with all its spokes, the physical, the mental, the social, all of it. How's it looking right now? And what's one small, tiny thing you could do today to help it roll just a little bit smoother? Something to think about. Thanks for tuning in.